Hello, everybody. My name is Ito. I'm really excited to bring you the round six matches of the DreamHack Open Anaheim Open Qualifier North America. It's kind of a lengthy title, but basically the gist of it is that these teams have a chance to make it to the closed qualifier, and then they will have a chance to actually directly make it to DreamHack Open Anaheim. And both these teams, I mean, they've had interesting starts. Triumph's really just recently struggled against big frames, I believe it was, but were really kind of carried to victory off the back of Grim in particular. Had an immense game, 36 kills at the end of things, and while they're looking to try to snatch away a win from Just for Fun. Now, as you see, the CTs are taking a very aggressive stance on the first round here, trying to push up over towards mid. Few pot shots from, I believe it was Snakes over alone at B, but the push is going to begin with three players just jumping out of window, trying to make it onto the site as soon as they possibly can. Snake is trying to dance around the pillar over at B, but unfortunately falls almost immediately, and a 4 versus 5 bomb going to get planted soon after as well, and this already might be a done deal for Triumph here. This is such a hard scenario for them to try to retake, especially since they only have one kit in the picture, and that's on the Voltage, who, speaking of which, will actually find a kill on the retake. But again, just playing behind these smokes and getting every single damn frag they need, Triumph will run over, or excuse me, Triumph will get run over, I should say. And Just for Fun, we'll take that first round. 2 players dropping. That's pretty damn dominant. Vanity. Well, the heroes say of that round here, picked up 2 kills, and Android did his courtesy, got an assist down as well as getting the bomb down as well. Triumph, round 2 here. They're just going to go ahead and try to go for a firing range, over towards mid, and it's not too bad, all things considered. They find 2 or 3 frags, I should say, and they've done a decent amount of economic damage on a round that should have been a throwaway, considering there's almost 0 investment into it, but they make lemonade out of those lemons that they're given nonetheless. Just for Fun, still, however, will snatch away the round, make it a quick 2-0. Not exactly sure whose map pick this was, but I want to say it was Just for Fun's. Yes, it was Just for Fun's, I'm pretty sure, actually. Either way. Just for Fun, speaking of which, they're just going to go full pug style here. They don't care about how far they make it, because they're just going to try to burst out onto the site and, well, unfortunately meet a pretty bad demise. Snakes exceed, both chiming in with a couple of kills of their own here, and eventually Sub-Rosa will be the last one left alive, but he's not long for this world. Triumph will pick up a quick dominant first round. It's best of 3, so still plenty more Counter-Strike to go, no matter how this round or this map even goes. But right now it's looking awfully favorable for Triumph at the moment here. Triple Deagles, a single AK in Wardell's hand, and a MAC-10 for Android. And Just for Fun, they're already taking this a lot slower than they were on round 3. I guess they weren't ready for Triumph's defiant push, I suppose you could say, over at B, when they just pushed out immediately. Just for Fun really didn't find anything that they needed. A jump spot from Voltage. Sees a smoke go down into his perch. He'll stay behind it, looking for a boost of some sort, and he might actually have some fruits bore, because right behind Voltage, or right in front of Voltage, I should say, will be Sub-Rosa. Turns around, but it's not good enough. He just got jump scared right there more than anything. Fugly, meanwhile, over at Palace is trying to hit a few pot shots with the Desert Eagle, but it's not meant to be. Down 48 HP. And this is looking relatively stable for Triumph at the moment. But now things come to a halt for the time being. They're rotating bombs slowly through A ramp where a smoke is waiting them, but as soon as it fades, I would imagine they're going to go ahead, try to peek out, get a couple of entries if they possibly can. Spongy has made his presence known over towards CT as he jumps right back over. Just for Fun, begin their execute, but they're really struggling to actually get to their final destination here, and Wardell luckily will get one with his P250. The pistols aren't able to clean up any of the work that they were working so hard for, as Grim is actually going to be able to pick up an incredible triple for the round and really secure things for Triumph in that next round. Overall, off to a pretty good start, Wardell. Has done the best he can in these P250s. It's not going to be a much better outlook for Just for Fun this round. Glocks across the board as they look to just burst out, get that bomb down if they possibly can. You see Wardell is just running with the bomb out. He's made it relatively far, but it is going to be a firing range in the end of things. Just padding their stats. Grim gets a triple again. He's off to a pretty hot start. 7-2 for the man. And Triumph will take the lead early on Mirage here, despite giving up those 2 initial rounds. Seems to be Triumph so far, but again, it's been 2 courtesy rounds since Just for Fun have been stuck on pistols. Their next big challenge lies in round number 6 here, up against pistols. Smoke will go out over towards Cat. You see that they're committing 1 player over towards underpass and another waiting in window. Connector as well. Voltage being careful. The shots he tries to take over towards mid, and Seed will actually find the first. That's Vanity down and underpass. Spongy with a second one as well. Now the mid aggression has begun. Voltage strikes and gets a kill. 5 versus 2 immediately. And Triumph are looking fantastic in this gun round, snuffing out Just for Fun almost completely. No chance. They haven't even taken a single point of damage, and not much utility remains for the terrorist side either. This becomes a almost impossible task for them now. Android with a bomb in hand will try to cause as much chaos as he possibly can. Wardell sneaks away to safety, maybe rotating over towards B to join his teammate. They have a couple of flashes and a single smoke grenade to speak of. But this is going to have to be something magical if they actually want to get away with this round, or even get away with a bomb plant, to be honest. It's a very tall order for pretty much any enjoyable outcome for the T side now, and especially since Android just treaded in that Molotov a little bit. His presence is known, so Snakes will definitely be ready for anything. Molotov comes through, tags Wardell down a good amount, makes the job a little bit easier for Snakes, but this should be the end of things for Just for Fun here, unless they can get a really important frag onto Snakes here, which they won't. Wardell will be looking for the tray, but Exceed will one him up and make it a second, or 4th round, I should say, for Triumph. So off to a pretty good start, the CTs. They'll be rewarded in kind, picking up a Krieg from the fallen body of Spongy, or excuse me, fallen body of one of the Ts. I can't exactly remember who it was, but either way, the CTs are looking good this time around, not dropping a single player. Krieg will do its job, trying to watch towards ramp side where Spongy will await his first challenge. This again, Just for Fun stuck on pistols, and Spongy just dancing around the box. He's really careful on how he commits to these peaks, and luckily his team will be there to back him up. It's another firing range Triumph. They don't struggle at all on these ecos. Whenever Just for Fun try to bring pistols to the table, they're shut out immediately. This is no different. Very heads-up play by Spongy just to be careful on the commits that he tries to take over towards ramp. If that were me, I would be a little careful and maybe peek out and end up losing my life. So, good on them. Oh, early pick. Voltage. How the hell have you gotten that just right off the bat? Wardell is already out of the picture, and that's terrible news. Wardell was one of the players to watch for this match. He has had some incredible performances, not only in this tournament, but, you know, I think the Mythic Cup 5 as well. He has seriously been on fire, and well, having him and Sabrosa makes things even more tough for just for fun, excuse me. 2 star players out. Leaving it up to 3. Vanity, Fugly, and Android looking to pick up the slack. But it's far from a simple task. Android is looking for an entry in towards B, being careful to check the angles, but he's not ready for the angle that Snakes is holding. He's holding over towards bench, tucked himself in the corner, just fine. Bomb rotates its way over towards B, and Android, he might think that he has a free pass to make it into the B site. He's going to check all of his angles, though, and it will bear the fruit that he needs to get his team into that B bomb site. Now Bomb has a chance to get down. Maybe they actually do have a real shot at this here, but they're being very careful. They're not committing just yet. This gives time for Triumph to actually make their way back into the site, or at least get in a very favorable position. Finally, Fugly will get the bomb down. Takes a little while, but eventually they will prosper, at least secure some of that money for the coming round, even if they lose out from here. But they have a chance to cause some real devastation for Triumph at the moment here. Flash through from Android gives his position away. Fugly is good on the trigger, though. Picks up one, not a second, though. Unfortunately, the CTs will strike back just in time. It will be eventually Vanity fallen. 1 on 2, and he doesn't even find the first. What a shot from Voltage. How has he pulled that out? It looked crazier from the third person. Just imagine how it looked in the first. Triumph will go up on 6. An unlikely retake. Works out perfectly for them. And Triumph go up to a pretty healthy lead to start things off versus Just for Fun. We'll toss a nice little Molotov, a welcome mat, so to say. Snakes, he's going to make his job as a B anchor known. Aggressive play is on the cards for Just for Fun this round, it seems. Up on Cat, Vanity, just trying to spam out some of these common angles, watching for any pushes, which the CTs haven't really obliged them in so far. A re-smoke over towards window causes Voltage to want to back off his position. They have to find another day. Duels are close to happening, but quite haven't began just yet. It's a matter of time until this domino effect starts coming into play. Android is in a pretty devastating amount of damage. That puts him within one-shot range of those AUGs and those M4s. And Exceed eats a little bit of spam over towards Connector. Wants to back out of that position lest he take even more. And a smoke over towards ramp. Exceed will make his home. Still no contact just yet. It seems like they're having thoughts of trying to just pop through Connector and maybe make their presence known through there, but they're going to take a more vertical approach to it. Boosting into window will be Sabrosa, or maybe not boosting, but making his way towards window. Outside of windows, his current location at the moment, but here comes the pop through. This is going to be Just for Fun's offense at last, and it's going to fall flat on its face, or at least to start with. 2 frags go the way of Triumph, with only 1 in return and from Vanity, and right now Triumph don't seem to be struggling whatsoever. Wardell, stuck on the scout, will be trying to do his best. He's struggling to make anything work here. He's trying to make some houses, but there are no bricks. Quick cleanup from Triumph. Allow them to keep this lead. 7 rounds in a row now. They're looking fantastic so far on Mirage. Again, we'll have to check whose map pick this is. I'm not exactly sure just yet. Graham is really topping the scoreboard and doing a fantastic job for his team. 13-3 for the man, and he looks to add maybe a couple more, but it will be Snake's time to shine most likely on this round. Round number 10 is what we call the Snakes round. Molotov comes through. He'll toss out a nice welcome mat and a Molotov, or an HE grenade right behind it, but unfortunately isn't looking the right direction. Fugly makes him fall. And it's a quick bomb plant down for Just for Fun, so they are going to be able to force another retake scenario for Triumph here. They've succeeded in these in the past, but this one is a significantly tougher challenge just because of the aggressive positions that Just for Fun have found themselves in, plus that man disadvantage that Triumph are facing, and they might have second thoughts about committing to this round whatsoever. Nades come through, Fugly forced out of position. He makes his way towards window instead, and I think Triumph just decide to give up on this one for now here. The time is so far ticked. Those smokes are used to perfection from Just for Fun, and it will net them the round that they need to get back into this game after a significant drought of time. Graham will get 1 frag on his way out, though. He doesn't go out without a fight. It's another on the board for at last for Just for Fun. That's something that might not work twice. If Just for Fun were to, up the ante and just try to bum rush out towards B, it's not something you can really count on happening multiple times. An eco round win for Just for Fun is going to put them back on the path to victory. They have plenty of rounds to do it. 5 just in this side. However, Triumph for no slouch either. Voltage will shock them first, take down Sabrosa and a Molotov in towards underpass to watch his tracks. He can be a little more aggressive taking these peaks if he so dares. Snake's AWP in hand as well. Maybe he wants to take a more aggressive stance to this. He's sitting in the cold Zera position right now. But I don't think he can pull off that jumping double. He will, however, find a nice point of contact. No return from Mordell whatsoever, but they haven't spotted him. He has that bomb in his grasp. So if he can back out safely, this would give Just for Fun another chance at striking here. A counter-strike, someone could even say. Towards underpass, Vanity will slowly walk through, trying to clear out every angle towards top mid. And mid itself. Voltage hears nothing of it. But this has become a very, I wouldn't say impossible task, but a very unlikely to succeed task for Just for Fun. Vanity didn't even spot the player holding close. Grim has a chance to go off here. I think Vanity spots him now. Will pre-fire, thread the needle in that shot, and Voltage will be up next, trying to jump into the chopping block of the T's, and he will get his head or his body blown right away. And I said it was looking unlikely for Just for Fun, but maybe they've proved me wrong. Exceed doesn't want any of that whatsoever, though. Takes down one, but it's not the bomb planter. Fugly is able to retrieve it just in time here, and Spongy pushing right out of Palace will do one the same. Vanity is now stuck in a 1-on-2, down from a 1-on-3, but he doesn't have many bullets to speak up here. 2 in his AK. He doesn't care, though. He'll do the job perfectly fine with the CZ75. Can he finish the job? He struggles to, and Snakes, excuse me, he will come out on top. An unfortunate way to lose a round in the end, but it was close to the brink of it. He will survive the dink with that CZ75, and the follow-up bullet isn't quite there. Snakes will make the round his, as Triumph officially win the half. They make themselves up to 8. Or get themselves up to 8, I should say, excuse me. But they have the potential to be even more lethal. 12-3 is the potential scoreline at the moment. But, I mean, with how close Just for Fun have brought some of these rounds, I don't say that's most likely going to happen. But a 10-5 is very much possible. A 9-6, I mean, at this point, any rounds that Triumph get would only solidify their lead even more, and it would just be devastation for them. And they're looking on the fast track to do it at the moment. Grim finds one onto Fugly. Big gun taken out of the hands of Just for Fun as they try to make this execute onto A work, but they're not finding anything they need. The smokes are just so suffocating. They are going to be trying to boost up a player up on top. Who is that? It's Vanity, excuse me. And speaking of which, avenges his teammate. Fugly doesn't fall without warning. Wardell picks up a second frag as well, but Spongy has yet to strike. As the smoke dissipates in towards CT, so does Sub-Rosa's life. He eats a tag of damage. He's down to 30, not exactly in the healthiest of states. And, well, he might be on borrowed time as well, as Android finds a second one on 6 seed. His first for the round. I don't know why I said a second one. Second one on the retake, I suppose, is one way to put it. Triumph fall one by one, and this is exactly what I was saying, is that Triumph, it's unlikely that they really blow Just for Fun away out of this half, but they still have plenty of chances to make this a healthier scoreline for them on the CT side. 8-4. Grim being put out of the picture really didn't help things for Triumph in that past round. It was a smart boost-up play from Just for Fun. I really like that from Vanity. Of course, big shots to, I believe it was Android who boosted him up as well. But now Just for Fun go back to their default for the time being, or do they? They're taking a very aggressive stance towards B at the moment here. You have a player trying to entry in the form of Android. Snakes just tosses out his courtesy welcome mat and a Molotov, forcing Android into a very disgusting position, and right into the crosshairs of Snake he will go. 19 HP on the first man over towards B. He's going to look to hold down the line even more if he possibly could. But it's not looking likely, and instead it looks impossible. Grim is still very much in the picture. Excuse me, it's a Grim Reaper. He gets 2. He can do even more if you were given the chance, but unfortunately it's not meant to be. The trades are perfect for Just for Fun. Voltage is in such a tough scenario now. It's a 1-on-2. A nigh impossible 1-on-2 at that. Fugly is primed on his location. We'll tap him down with just a couple of bullets to the dome. Just for Fun get up on 5 now, keeping things competitive versus Triumph. Again, I'm not exactly sure. I believe, okay, I just checked. This is the map pick of Just for Fun. My God, they've been off to a rocky start, to say the least, but there's still life in them yet, as we have learned. Aggression from Triumph here. Voltage looks to take a risky play over towards top mid. He goes unpunished for one. Can't quite thread the needle on the second shot. That looked dead on, but unfortunately, it's only dead. Respawn towards, or excuse me, that's a flashbang over towards Connector, trying to bait out a few shots from Just for Fun. A little bit of utility expended as well. Perhaps a Molotov as well. Android looking to flush out any close window positions, but Grim is on the other side completely. Snakes also pushing up towards apartments, finds a player, but chooses not to go for the actual excuse me, I can't speak. Duel. Let's just say that. Duel. I forgot to do my vocal warm-ups before this game, so. Sabrosa. Now he's the next man to keep an eye on. Just practically has Exceed walk into his crosshairs, and a really wide peak from Exceed ends up leading them to nothing but death. And speaking of which, Grim will cause plenty of death. As Just for Fun, make 2 drop. Snakes is in a sneaky position. Oh, he could get so much here. Will deny the bomb planter. Looks to get the follow-up, but unfortunately can't get it. Making this up to Spongy alone. Sabrosa retrieves the bomb. Spongy looking towards the wrong direction. He thought it was in apartments, but, well, you're looking the other way entirely. His coordinates were off. Sabrosa will fall. Triumph get up on 9. So, again, they're secured a relatively healthy half at this point. If they can make it 10-5, that would give them an incredible buffer heading into the terrorist side here. Molotov out. Oh, look at this. Aggression at mid again. You see Vanity is leading the charge over towards Catwalk. Grim being very careful. Which angle to watch? How did Vanity know that? Gets Voltage out of the picture immediately, and he'll get a second one as well. What a huge heads-up play from Vanity to pick up 2, crack open this bomb site, and Fugly can do him one better. Picks one up with a Desert Eagle. Bomb soon to be down as well. Vanity, though, he is just perfect. A triple for the man, the free agent. That will make it a 9-6 in favor of Triumph, sure, but some of the rounds that Just for Fun put together were crazy dominant in points. Take a look at that last round as well. I feel like Just for Fun, when they're playing at their puggiest, they seem to thrive the most. But now things get interesting, because Triumph will have their shot at the terrorist side, the aggressor's side, and they can really dictate the pace however they may want to. Short break before we head into the second half, but let's take a quick look at stats if we possibly can. A little bit of this, and I can't see them. Well, that's unfortunate. But I believe leading the charge will have to be Grim. He's had so many fantastic rounds. Let me go ahead and check just to be sure. Yes, look at that. Grim is leading the kill. Yeah, okay, there we are. Okay, no, I was reading the right stats. Grim is leading the scoreboard at 20-8 at the moment. Has been having a pretty phenomenal half. Looks to do them even better. On the second half, Triumph leads 6-9. I am not warmed up for this game whatsoever, but both these teams are looking hot at the moment. Quick smokes go down from Triumph here as they just try to burst their way onto the A bomb site. Still 2 flashes remain, though, so they can make themselves pretty deep into the site before any retaliation begins for Just for Fun, and they get a super aggressive plant as well. Look at that. They could actually just set up towards Cat if they wanted to. Connector has become their home for the moment. They will forcefully evict any CTs who are waiting, lurking in their depths. And oh my goodness, are they actually going to try to boost up? And oh, I love this. Exceed is going to be boosted up into window. This is going to be so hard for Just for Fun now. Sabrosa, he's watching for it, but he isn't able to hit the shots. Vanity and Wardell do pick up kills, however, making things a little bit more possible for Just for Fun, but they have no kits to work with here. Time is starting to tick down, so Triumph can play time at this point here. Get all the kills you want. You don't have time for a defuse here. Wardell, or does he? No way he's going to get this. Oh, just a little bit off. It was a good attempt in the end of things, but Just for Fun, drop the round, despite the heroics of Android and Wardell in particular. They retrieve the kit, but couldn't retrieve the round. Triumph go up on 10. This is not a foregone conclusion, though, for Triumph. This isn't a free round for them. As you see, Just for Fun have also decided to force their hand into this one. This is a very kind of a risky play from the CTs here, because if you don't win this round, it can shatter your offense, your defense for the next couple of rounds. And already trades will go about even for now, but Triumph, well, they, I guess, triumph when it comes to map control. Get the bomb down. Rotates come in through CT. They are ready for it. They are looking at the right places at the right times. Luckily, Snakes will drag them back to reality just a little bit as he searches for a second frag. Will indeed get it. Wardell left alone 1-on-2 with a scout in hand. Doesn't know where any of these keys are going to be positioned. Unfortunately, falls. Nearly gets a shot off of the scout, but again, not meant to be. 21-10 for Grim at the moment, but Snakes, I feel like, was a hero of that round. If he didn't secure both those kills towards CT, that could have swung the other way completely. And luckily, as a reward for his calm and collected play, Just for Fun will now be stuck onto a very, very rough economical situation here. Pistols across the board, but they actually might be able to make this work, at least somewhat here, because they are perfectly running into the stack of Just for Fun here. And oh my lord, it is dangerous and it is devilish. Just for Fun, pick up 2 right off the bat. Rotates will come in. They're all going as a swarm together here. Sabrosa notes that there's going to be a player over towards mid. Just for Fun will be surely ready for them at this moment here. Grim, he has the bomb in hand. Be careful where you're going here, because Just for Fun might be perfectly ready for you. Entry comes in. Good shot from Grim. Keeps them alive for the time being. Now man advantage has swung back into their favor, and they might have avoided the storm that Just for Fun brought to the table. It was looking very, very scary for a moment there, especially after making an initial 1-versus, or what am I saying here, 3-on-5, not a 1-on-3, a 3-on-5, but luckily we're able to retrieve every kill there on out. 12-6, Triumph, heavy lead at the moment. But this round is going to be a shaky one, to say the least here. They can buy up full here, that's not their issue, but it's Just for Fun being able to get a healthy buy of their own as well, just because they've had a number of fruitful rounds. Makes things a little bit scarier now for Triumph. Especially depending on if they choose to, upgrade their weapons whatsoever here. If Exceed, for example, were to stay on this Mac 10, I don't exactly favor him too much against, like, an AWP or the M4 or anything of the sort. Pause still coming through. Not sure if this is tactical or technical. I would imagine it's technical because I don't see Just for Fun calling one, and Triumph, I'm not exactly sure if I see them calling a tactical pause either. But either way, small break before we head back into the midst of things. It's been lots of action. Interestingly enough, Vanity is the one leading the scoreboard right now on the side of Just for Fun. Usually not the player I point at to, especially when looking at this roster for crazy frag potential, but he's been stepping up to the plate, been getting so many important impact frags. He's honestly had a very good game. Big heads up to him. This man's a free agent. Someone pick him up, please. He's been pretty incredible in recent times. Taking a look at the enemy's flash for this half as well, you see Voltage is currently sitting at 7. Interesting of note, no utility damage as well, but this is also only for this half. Only so much you can take from it. And yeah, just judging by the length of this, I am pretty sure this is a technical pause of some sort. Not exactly sure what the issue is, but worst comes to worst, we'll just toss it to some music as we wait for this to surpass. In the meantime, though, I guess we can talk about what Triumph have been doing these past couple rounds. We haven't really seen them have to bring out the playbook that much that pissed round was something I suppose you could analyze just a little bit. Just a super aggressive push over towards A more than anything here. Plenty of flashes. Having two players equipped with full flashes was super important. Made things super doable and just really allowed Triumph to close the distance. From there, once they started playing things slow, I mean, just forcing that bomb down was honestly huge. Just a couple of seconds not wasted, and that could have been around for just for fun, and we could see this economical situation be, completely flipped on its head. Second round, though, that was just kind of a given. It was a good read by just for fun, but unfortunately just kind of got out-fragged because, MAC 10 versus pistols. Who's going to win? It's probably the MAC 10. Not the end of the world, though. Just for fun, still have a couple more chances to get back into this game, but I think the scoreline is a little bit deceiving. I don't feel like this is a 6-9 game. A lot of the times where Just for Fun have dropped rounds, it's because their economy has been super bad and they've been stuck on full pistols or something of the sort. But the gun rounds, they've been relatively more competitive, and I can see that's something that Triumph might want to try to keep in mind, especially since he might be staring down the barrel of a gun round from Just for Fun. Pause still coming through. They're really making us wait for this one. I'll go ahead and check the ESEA support and see what's going on. Looks like, yes, technical issue. Says Just for Fun is... Oh, they're going to have to get a new server. That's really unfortunate. So we might have to toss it to a break. It says new server coming up in the ESEA support chat. Unlucky. Hopefully that won't be necessary, but knowing my luck, it's bound to happen. Guess we can just go ahead and toss it to some music, unless anyone has any questions or anything, and we'll be back as soon as possible. Fun technical errors. We'll see you guys very, very soon.
Stop if I wanted to. As gravity takes my body out of your stratosphere, I'm combing the skies to light up the dark, 'cause I feel so alone out here in this galaxy. Inside of me, don't wanna be your enemy. No, this fantasy, it's guiding me as it takes me away from you.
Just want to know, I was looking at Vanity's stream to see what was going on, and players seem to be lagging out a little bit, but they're saying MCE might actually be up to play, so you might see the coach come in and get in on the action. That could be interesting. But it's not ready until the match is actually ready, so again, we're just going to go ahead and bring it to music before we actually go ahead and count our chickens before they hatch.
Searching for these signs of life in the hopes that they'll lead to you. There's a fantasy in my mind I made for you. The agony comes to life in waves of blue, and I don't know why, but I'm drifting away from you.
Alright, still peeping at Vanity Stream at the moment, and it says MTE is just taking a quick bathroom break, but we should be live very, very soon. Thanks for your patience, everybody. I know it's no fun, but server issues are, are no fun in general. Back into the action we go here, and well, we've decided to trade one player out here. Voltage, who was on fire for a lot of this game, unfortunately has to call it quits because he's having bad internet. And MCE, the coach, a manager, will be stepping in instead. Why are we dropping frames? This is news. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Why are we dropping frames? Uh-oh. Alright, well, might be dropping frames, but it should be fixed very, very soon here. Meanwhile, getting right back into the action, Grim is actually going to be able to find the first kill, so Exceed will step up massively